Welcome! This tutorial will show you every significant trick and movement in parkour, from jumping to long jumping to grapple dashing. If you would like to skip to any specific portion of the video, you can click any of the timestamps in the description. So before we get started, if you go into your settings and go into keybinds, you can change any of these buttons to whichever key you like. However, these are mine. Alright, so to start off with the basics, jumping. Jumping is a core of parkour, and it is done by pressing the spacebar by default, as in most games. If you're going at any significant speed, you will be doing the normal straight jump. This is the core jump of parkour, and it's what you will be using the most. It gives you a little bit of a speed boost, however, it's not very noticeable, but it is faster than just running. Next, we have the edge jump. If you jump right at an edge, you'll notice your arms will throw out and you'll get a little different animation. This jump gives you a small speed boost. It's not super strong, however, it will become important in the future. Next up, we got the vault. To do a vault, just walk up to an obstacle and press space. That was the slow vault that you do when you are not moving. However, if you are moving, you will do the regular monkey vault, which will throw you right over the obstacle. If you hold space instead of tapping it, you will jump off the obstacle and get a little bit of height. Next up, we got wall climbing. Wall climbing can seem a bit unintuitive for beginners. However, it's very easy once you get used to it. There are two main rules to wall climbing. You can only do it twice midair, and you have to be moving up. For example, if you were falling, I can't wall climb. I just fall and die. If you want to wall climb, your character has to be moving upwards. To grab on a ledge, just wait for your character to get close to it after a wall climb and press space once more. Next up, we got landing. Landing is extremely important in parkour, and you need to be able to land if you want to survive in the world. To perform a landing, press and hold shift the moment before you hit the ground. The better you time it, the more likely you will be to survive the fall. Next up, we got the wall run. Wall running can be tricky for new players. However, once you get it down, just like wall climbing, it's pretty simple. To wall run, you're going to press once to start the wall run, and then press again to jump out of it. It's important to keep your camera parallel with the wall, meaning going straight with it so you don't move off of the wall at all. And next, a special note, you can climb on pipes just as if they were normal Roblox trusses. And another tip, you can wall climb directly on these pipes, and it will also reset all of your stuff just as if you hit the ground. Next, we got landing pads. Some falls in parkour are way too high to survive, so you're going to want to look for one of these or a garbage pile that kind of looks like that. Next up, we got high jumping and long jumping. They both use the same control, however, one is used slightly differently. When you click in the scroll wheel on your mouse, you'll notice a dash bar appear at the bottom of your screen. If you don't have a scroll wheel, go into key bindings and rebind the dash keybind to something that's comfortable to you. If you jump while that dash bar is green, you will perform either a high jump if you're on flat ground, or a long jump if you're on an edge. Long jumps are extremely powerful in parkour. High jumps are not used very often, however, they will become important later. Sometimes you'll find these like metalish looking wires on some weird looking poles around the world. These are ziplines. You jump at them and hit your interact key to ride them down. A very useful tool for getting down from a building is the Dropdown. Get close to a ledge and press shift and you'll drop straight down. In addition, if you hold shift instead of tapping it, you will slide down the wall, which you can jump out of and even long jump out of. Here's a tip. You can go up ziplines or simply go down them faster if you long jump off of an edge right next to a zipline and grab onto it at the same time. Now let's move on to the advanced moves. The primary method of traversal for high-level players is called a Wallclimb Boost. Wallclimb boosts are done by wall climbing, and then as quick as you can, turning around and jumping out of the wall climb. The wall climb, turn around, and jump should all be done within the same fluid motion. Double wall climb boost is just doing 2 wall climb boosts mid-air. You can do up to 2 before you land, however, there are various ways to reset them, such as vaulting or trusses. To do a double wall climb boost, all you have to do is turn back towards the wall and do another wall climb boost before you start falling down. Next up, we got the double wall run. You can wall run twice on a wall if you turn around and start moving backwards along it. Next up, we can combine all the moves we've learned so far to cross this huge gap. We're going to be using long jumping, wall climb boosting, and double wall run. You can do this with any combination of these moves that you want. Personally, I like doing a long jump, and then a double wall climb boost, and then a double wall run. Next up, we got the static long jump, or SLJ, and how you can use it to do a height combo. Height combo is a term used for a technique that you use to get as much height as possible by putting long jumps in between your wall runs and your wall climb boosts. To do an SLJ, all you have to do is turn your back to the wall, release all movement keys, and then perform a long jump. If you work this in between your wall climb boosts and your wall runs, you will get as much height as possible. Another tip about wall climb boosting, the faster you double tap your spacebar and the higher up you look, the higher you will go. The double tap speed is known as MS, and you can see your MS whenever you do a wall climb boost by turning on debug mode. If you have a numpad on the side of your keyboard, press numpad plus to turn it on. If you don't have a numpad, you can rebind this key in keybinds. A green number is just a standard wall climb boost. Don't worry too much about your MS. Lower is better, but an average of 120 to 200 is just fine. 90 to 60 is optimal. When you start getting into the lower numbers, you'll start running into red MS numbers. Red MS means you boosted the highest you possibly can with a wall climb boost. There is no point to getting lower MS if you are already boosting red numbers. To get lower MS, all you need to do is press spacebar faster. Here we got 200, 120, 80, 60. Next up, we got a special mechanic for wall running. It's called Wallrun Dashing. Wallrun Dashing takes your current velocity, doubles it, and points it in the direction that you're inputting. For example, W, A, D, or a combination of any of the keys. It's most noticeable when you're wall running downwards quickly and you jump out of it. You'll feel that speed boost. This may seem just like a neat little mechanic, but it will become very important later. Another quick tip, coiling and then long jumping will send you slightly further. Now that we've covered all the essentials, let's move on to gear and how to use them. First up, we have the POWERGRIP Gauntlet, which is a game pass. It has 3 primary abilities. It gives you the ability to wall climb while falling. Make sure you press shift before you actually start the wall climb because you will still take fall damage. Its second ability is that it gives you a much longer wall run, 50% longer in fact. Its third ability is having a very slow and long drop down slide, giving you a lot of essential time and distance sliding down a building. Next up, we got the Paraglider, which is unlocked at level 275 or through a game pass. The Paraglider is super simple. All it does is allow you to glide safely as long as you have stamina. But the faster you're falling when you pull it out, the more stamina you'll lose quicker. A side note about the Paraglider, using the Paraglider will very quickly degrade your combos, so it's not suggested to use it while in a combo. Next up, we got the Mag Rail. Its primary quirk is wall running on the left side will cause you to go straight. No falling, no rising. If you stop during this left-handed wall run, you will then latch onto the wall. This is useful for regenerating your long jump. As a side note, it gives you increased wall run time on both hands, similar to the POWERGRIP. And opposite to the POWERGRIP, its drop-down slide is much faster, and therefore more dangerous as a result. The Mag Rail's primary strength is mag dashing. To perform a mag dash, line up for a wall run and then hit interact and space at the same time, making sure to hit interact first. Mag dashing will bounce you in whichever direction you're holding, including backwards. The Mag Rail is also able to fall cancel with Paraglider if you hit E, then pull your Paraglider at the same time. The Mag Rail also gives you the ability to climb any building infinitely. However, this process is very slow. To do this, you need to long jump and then bounce off the wall. Repeat this process many times over and you'll eventually make it to the top of the building. Next up, we have the Grappler. The grappler's one and only move is to throw out a grapple and pull yourself in the direction that you grappled in. This can be used in various different ways that make it extremely powerful. The first combination that you can do with the grappler is a grapple high jump. If you high jump the moment you are pulled, you will get a lot more height. This can be used as a sort of third boost, however, it is not considered a wall climb boost. If you start your grapple while on the ground, you can grapple again. However, if you're already in the air when you grapple, you won't be able to grapple again. Grappler's next ability is the Grapple Cancel. The Grapple Cancel is kind of hard to explain in words, so vague terms are usually used. To perform a Grapple Cancel, you need to grapple at just the right angle that you don't grapple upwards, but you also slow yourself to the point where you can wall run. This ability allows you to survive falls from any height. If you own the Paraglider, you can do a similar move, however, it's much easier and much more flexible. Grappler's next trick is the Grapple Dash. To perform a Grapple Dash, grapple straight ahead of you and line yourself up with an edge and jump off the edge the moment it pulls you. This move gives you a lot of speed very quickly, so it's very useful to use in combination with a Wallrun Dash. You can also grapple dash off of props just like this. This is very useful when trying to quickly maneuver across rooftops. An easier alternative to grapple dashing is to grapple the floor and jump the moment it connects. This gives you a little bit of speed boost, and it's nice when there are no props around. The last gear is Adrenaline Belt. Adrenaline Belt will give you a speed boost for a certain amount of time. Once you see that vial on the bottom of your screen start going low, your heart will begin to beat. On the 7th beat, you will die. So hit your back gear button again to take it out. The closer to the end you take it out, the sooner you will get it back. Adrenaline Belt's primary strength is with Grappler and Mag Rail. While using Adrenaline Belt, your mag dashes will go much further. And with Grappler, your grapple pulls will be much stronger. Adrenaline Belt plus Grappler is the strongest gear combination in the game for speed, as pairing it with grapple dashes and wall run dashes, and even double wall run dashes, it will allow you to move at incredible speeds. The last thing that you can do with Adrenaline Belt is a stim reset. If you strafe diagonally and grapple at the perfect angle and jump at the perfect time, you will reset your ammo, allowing you to boost up to 6 times if timed perfectly. And that's the end of this tutorial. I hope it was helpful for you, and good luck.